think there's any case where there's a kid in a CWC class receiving 100% support all the time. So our level of 50, 50, 50, 50 for a kid in all CWC core classes, equaling up to 200, I don't see. Because the para is not sitting next to him, only helping that student the entire class. So it should be reduced. I know last year we tried that para document and it was a big mess on my end, but yeah, it gave us helpful information on how much help that student was receiving. And I'm coming up with something that will hopefully be easier than that. But also on the teacher report page, maybe looking at Heights changing it to ask how much service is provided by the special education person.
It's on the bottom.
I think it's on the bottom there already.
Or maybe rewording it.
It says exactly how many.
Or just
Just kind
highlight that in your email to your teacher. Hey, can
Yeah.
you please make sure that this is very important? Can you please make sure you give me how many minutes this kid is really receiving?
Yeah, because I know a lot of teachers, it's just click, send.
They don't even read the top of the email. They just look at the teacher report and start filling stuff out.
Yeah.
So if you have a little spot there that says, hey, is he really using all of his minutes, or can you give me a percentage, or a minute, 25 minutes?
So we shouldn't be putting 50 in there anymore?
I should put 50 minutes in there all the time, because like, especially a teacher or a pair is not sitting there being a one-on-one pair for a kid, or a one-on-one teacher for a kid.
Unless you've
For
got
adaptive, you
Right.
still want 50.
Yeah,
For
adaptive.
adaptive, you still want 50.
Adaptive
Yeah.
kid.
It's in a class with just a special ed teacher.
So like, for example, yesterday we had a kid that had 150 minutes adapted, and he only had 25 minutes in an English class. So he's only getting 25 minutes of service, and he's in regular ed English because he can hack that. He just can't perform in the other classes.
And we're still not counting advocacy, correct? Because everybody gets it.
Right. Don't count advocacy as one of your 50-minute classes.
Yeah. On Sequoias.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's
You
not
have
as
to look at
important
the
as the
pullouts.
pullouts.
I collect data too.
Right.
And resource room, even though it's not
Scared to
technically,
click
because it's with a special person, we have to count it as 50.
I think I probably
Because
did.
there's probably
Even if
something
they're,
wrong
even
with
if they're
Probably
in
10
regular ed.
Sam,
Like
right.
This is,
Probably only getting 10 minutes.
Okay,
Because
well,
it's-
I'm,
Yeah, because it's the setting.
Once we get done,
Yeah.
we can do our job.
okay, I just wanna make sure that,
thank
So,
you.
so is that just 30 then?
no, it's 50. Which
50.
one? Wait a minute.
If they're in the resource room, but it's or a reg ed class on.
It's still 50.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still 50 of
Because
pullout
we're,
minutes.
because
Because they're
you're
away from
giving,
the-
yeah.
I like to look, is there a regular ed kid in that
Oh,
class?
you'll have to go to the
In that
lab.
case,
Or
it would
can
be
I?
no,
Just
because
right
it's
here.
a pull-out special ed resource room, so.
I think I finalized Sam's for you.
Thank you.
Which is
What,
fine.
learning center?
I mean,
Yes.
I was
In a
Unless it's in
Organized.
unless they do go to the learning center, then you could justify it as no support unless there's a para in there.
And there's no.
Right. Is there any other questions for IEPs? Um,
And I'm not asking about Marianne, everything that's scanned, everything that's scanned in that we receive from them is what we support the catches, correct?
It's been taking a little bit longer for it to even get into Synergy, so that's why I've just attached a copy going out to teachers.
Well, I had you guys here. I also want to go over the goals that we had for high school special ed this year, since I had a couple more minutes. And Jeff, you'll hear more about this at the department chair meeting, and I'm sure he'll share this along with you. 4% increase in graduation rates for each school, which I looked at the information for Heights, that'd be 3 more kids graduating that didn't graduate last year for special ed students. And graduation rates is 4-year cohorts, so when they start 4 years from there. Unfortunately, students who go to Chisholm DNS, they count as staying till they're 21, so that hurts our graduation rates. At no matter the high school, kids staying till they're 21 in categorical type programs, also DNS. But that's every
We gotta do
school.
what's right for kids, I'm not worried about that, I'm not worried about that.
So Brian, when they do graduate from Chisholm or Levy, do they help the school?
No.
No, they can help your 5-year cohort, but not your 4-year, because it's looking at when they start to when they finish 4 years from then.
It'll count for the 5 years?
they graduate in 5 years.
Oh, if they complete the program in 5, okay.
Right. 5% decrease in special education expulsion reassignments, and Klaus is still getting me the information to see that data. But I think a couple, these can be met. Edgenuity will be a big one, increase for graduation rates.
So much better.
It seems better. They seem to
So
actually be
much
working
better.
on it.
There's a person that
I think it's
teaches
more
it.
interactive,
Video,
there's more
yes.
videos, there's like games with it.
Engaging.
If you guys have any problems with it syncing up, let me know. The Edgenuity people were out last week. They didn't come to our resource room though, they went to Lynn's room instead. But yeah, it seems really productive, more so than Apex. One knock on it is for special education, there's no difference between the special ed side and the adapted and regular ed are the same thing. The only difference is the threshold for moving on is 60% instead of 70%. So the same content is on both of them. Another knock that I'm hearing is you can't, on Apex you could go through and exclude a kid from an entire section. You can't do that with Edgenuity. Edgenuity is supposed to be its own program, its own curriculum that you could do from home without a teacher. So it's harder to skip steps and still expect the kid to learn. So there's that, but so far I think Edgenuity's been a step up from Apex. And then the last goal we had was 100% of students making progress towards their IEP goals. To me, that is going to be the hardest one because we have to look at the baseline data. Are we taking relevant baseline data? Are we writing the appropriate IEP goals? Are we progress monitoring the right pieces? So that's going to be the hard one, especially for high school because a lot of our goals are reading and math. And iReady doesn't do a good job of progress monitoring for our students, so we are coming up with alternatives to that. What?
Are they using iReady?
Math skills are just math skills 1 through 3.
Okay.
Or,
I
sorry,
didn't think
Fast
you
Bridge.
I don't even know
I was
anything
gonna
about
say,
it.
you're still using
I
iReady?
don't,
Okay, so
because I don't have math skills, so Eric and Dale do.
Eric and I are.
you're using iReady? Okay. Not FastBridge, you guys aren't doing anything with FastBridge?
No, I'm taking my
I do
kids down to
Fastbridge
the
for my kids.
Fastbridge tomorrow, so.
Fastbridge
Easy
is just a test.
CBM,
Already you're supposed to
Megan and I
be
do.
able to progress through.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
With Fastbridge, you're just taking one test.
Right,
Already you take the test and then you do lessons. So.
right, that is supposed to be
Totally
geared to
different.
whatever you missed.
Um, For lower students, for English, you might look into Dreambox. It should be on single sign-on. Take a look at that and see if you think it's appropriate for your students. Or
What?
maybe that one too. A Dreambox. It's another curriculum, kind of like iReady, but has English.
Oh,
Is
okay.
It's on single sign-on.
Okay, is that something Tanya should also need to help them?
Should.
Dream box.
Okay.
And again, that's on that single sign-on. That looks like that.
Did everybody understand the email I sent out there today about October 1st IEPs?
Can we get clarification on what you and I talked about with the other thing? As far as,
Yeah, so,
Dun, 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 dun.
since you guys are all spitters, I'll tell you. Mr. Under sent an email like 3 days in a row saying, this kid is not special, or this kid is in my class and I do not teach special ed. Well, after about the third one, I just sent one back saying, well, one, it's pretty good to know that you have a special ed kid in your class, you should wanna know that. Two, he might need like, special seating, or he might not be able to see the board or something like that. So even though he's not, if he's in there for math, or if he has math and English, but it doesn't say history
Right.
on his IEP, we're supposed to still try to provide him some accommodations.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean,
Not a
it's
So that's
a
the-
law.
So that's the email that was sent to him yesterday. So, and I know that the person that sent it just was going down the list of teachers and probably sent it to all 7 teachers. Because hey, here's my IEP at a glance. Wasn't trying to, make him do extra work or anything. So, just be cognizant of that. You might say, type up there, hey, this kid has 50 minutes of math, and 25 minutes of CWC English, and then still send it to all the teachers. And on the bottom, just say, I'm letting you know this because this kid's in special ed. If you need any help or anything like that. some of them will send back stuff, well, I don't have a CWC. I know, I realize that. It's not a CWC, it doesn't say
You just
CWC.
have to make the modification.
But you still need to
Yeah,
provide the
that's-
modification.
It's
They
a legal
still
document,
have to,
yes.
yes, they still
So
have
you
to
just don't need
provide.
IEP.
So if they wanna send it
it
to the resource room to take their test, as an example.
Right, that's my, and that's the thing that's on most kids, is like summer
Yeah.
setting and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And they still have to
Yeah.
abide by all those legal.
And
Accommodations.
Yeah.
Well, and if you have a special ed kid in your room and you're a regular ed teacher, you should wanna know who the special ed kids are.
Well, you
So you
have
can help a
to.
little
Yeah.
bit.
So it's still
that
okay to
wasn't
send it out to everybody
Well, you
because
have,
there's
you're doing the
still.
right thing.
Yes, so
Yeah.
keep doing that, and like I said,
Who's
after about the
first
third one, I
person?
just respond back to
I'm
him.
just
So I think
wondering,
he's
does he
clear on
not
it.
know that? I mean.
No, there's another, we'll just leave it at that, there's another situation, so just
First
FYI.
person in 6.5 years that's taught here that has ever even questioned that since I've been here.
No, you do it, send it out, let them be
Yeah.
accommodations.
For the record.
If they wanna email me, then I'll email them
Why
back
is he
and tell them.
questioning it all of a sudden? 'Cause I'm sure he's got them every year.
The other thing was,
Yeah, Ms. Magoon,
IEPs.
order new ones.
on the first, I know it sucks, but like Seth Fuller, for me, his is due on the 27th of September. I've gotta have his IP meeting, and then I'm gonna have to turn around and have it again,
Yeah.
after October 1st. So, some people are saying, well, can I just wait? And no, you can't just wait, because then we'll all get dinged if the IP is late, even if it's 4 days. So you're gonna have to have one, and then I'm gonna have his again, like right at the end of school, that way it's not due till the next
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, you don't have to right away, but.
Yeah, Dorville's is like the end
Yeah.
of September.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Oh.
does everybody understand that? Have the IEP, do the IEP, just know you're gonna have to do it twice this year.